Hello. Hi. I'm back. Um, yeah, I've got something to talk about today, that's for sure. First off, though, I think I'm going to I need to take a breather. Hang on real quick. I'm gonna check I'm recording. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so maybe if you're wondering where I've been lazy. I need to I made a video with a friend, but I haven't edited it edited it yet. So after this, I think I'm gonna do that. Um, man, I have a bit to talk about today. And by talk about, I mean I'm going to whine, I'm going to complain, and I'm going to rage. Not too much, but it is pretty political. So, there's this guy, Andy Pants Gaming, right? Makes game reviewer. Terrible game reviewer. Well, at least I think so. Now, see, I feel like I can't say this because I feel like a bunch of people are gonna come and be like, "Oh, you only hate him because you don't agree with him." Well, yeah, because I think what he says is very like the things he and his fans, their opinions they're very toxic and they're very whiny. They say, man, the big thing is that like when Charlie Kirk died, and when some of the less, I'd say a bit, I wouldn't say mean people. What's better? I'll call them weird people. The weird people that celebrated his death. Look, I didn't like Charlie Kirk. Um, Frankly, I got him mixed up with J.D. Vance for a bit. I thought J.D. Vance got assassinated. I didn't like Charlie Kirk. I thought he wasn't a good debater, and I also didn't like his opinions. But that's besides the point. Um, when Charlie died, like, I saw one of his posts, one of Andy Pants posts, because I went through his channel for this, and he was like, sorry, I thought I heard something. It's CIA, they're coming to kill me. Andy Pants. Andy Pants is coming to kill me, guys. Should I put that in the title? I'm getting hella distracted. Oh boy. Okay, what was I saying? I was talking about his death. It's cause they're right leaning because they were like, oh, I thought cause people think the left are like the happiness fun party, I guess. They never said that they were that. The left is just more because people think they have to act like they have to fucking get on their hands and knees and like be kind to everyone. That's not what the left is. The left just thinks, look, in my opinion, the left wants to give people like more rights, to let them keep their rights. Women, trans people, and the right doesn't want that. But for some reason, they have this like delusion. The left needs to be all nice and happy to them, and they need to suck them off. No, you delusional little weasel. You're crying that they're not letting you get away with your stupid bullshit. Charlie's death was not necessary. The guy had, well, yeah, he had toxic opinions. And we are allowed to express that. But I really don't think the assassin wanted. I mean, well, I guess he didn't want to silence him. He literally killed him, so. But what is it? Like, I mean, they're still gonna express those opinions. Man, when it came out, the governor, I forgot where it took place. I don't know if it was like Utah or something. But the governor came out and he was like, oh yeah, the guy that killed Charlie Kirk, he had a trans boyfriend. he had a trans boyfriend, and it's like, okay, why are you telling us this? And it's because they have an agenda. People say that the left has this agenda, and it's like, or like, again with Andy's, they think like video games have this agenda to push like gay people on everyone, and everyone has to be gay or else they'll be hated. No, you are delusional, and you're the one pushing this agenda that you hate gay people because you're trying to like say that games are worse because they have gay people in them. No, games aren't worse because they have gay people in them. Games are worse because they suck. Like, whoop-de-doo. And sometimes the games you're talking about aren't the games you're looking for at all. When I say that, I mean like, let me think about this. Uh, I'm not sure. Hang on, I had a good point here, I swear. When I say that they don't have what they want, I mean like, man, I'm confused. I'm sorry. They straight rage baited me, man. Well, no, they didn't rage bait me. These are their opinions, but they happen to be so annoying with them, and I feel like they often say like, "Oh, it's just my opinion," or "Oh, I wasn't. Why are you getting so angry? Oh, why are you so like this, and this?" It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, man. And it's like a toxic, negative opinion that would go against me in any normal situation. A big thing they like to spout about is DEI, right? DEI, the thing in America that basically says you can't fire like someone that's a minority, a woman, someone that's old, without for no reason. Like I mean, if they're being a bad employee, you can fire them, but like you can't hire them just because they're black. You can't hire them because you can't fire them just because they're a woman and you don't want them there. There's ways around it. I mean, of course there is. But people are like the hiring process. They act like games are DEI. They act like political positions are DEI. No. And also, DEI isn't this like terrible thing that's like, what do these people think? See, these people have such confusing views. I'm stumbling over my words. It's so like, I'm sorry. I want to like build a table, but I hate debating. I'll be honest. So I'm debating someone with different opinions. Of course, that's a good thing. But when I mean different opinions, I don't mean like, oh, they think maybe we need less taxes. It's more like they think people shouldn't have the rights. And that's like that's crazy to me. That's insane to me. What do you mean you think women shouldn't be allowed to, like, have control over their body? What, because the kid's alive? Spoiler alert. Not. Fucking hot take, I guess. But the little, like, embryo that's barely ground is not alive. Take a look at, like a chicken's egg. You have a little squirmy weird thing in there that takes a while to incubate. It's not really alive. It doesn't have thoughts. It doesn't feel. You know, Sorry to be a bit brutal, but if you crush that egg, that's it. It wasn't even the end of a life. It's just gone. But then they act like it's alive. And then that. Do I have handcrafted emeralds? Again, they act like it's alive, and they have these like existential crises over it. When they don't even care about kids. The world is so like it's nothing but heated right now. and it's annoying. It gets on my nerves. No, back to Andy Pants because I kind of went off on a little tangent. He and his fans believe that like some characters have been nerfed as in like they're not like he structured it as what video game badasses have been nerfed. You had Kratos. I'll just lift off the ones I thought were absurd because Joel. I never really played The Last of Us, but I know about Kratos. And I didn't play that one either. I played Wolfenstein, like the New Order and the New Colossus, and Master Chief. They had BJ and Master Chief on there, and like for some reason, the big problem like a chunk of them had were because they had emotions. Okay, what? Just because Master Chief all of a sudden is a bit more in tune with his feelings, you're all of a sudden butthurt about it. You think it's a bad thing. He also said that like, oh, how did he get bodied by a brute? He would be able to take those things down, and then, like, oh, he has his emotions too. It's called evolving a character, like with Kratos, right? They evolved his character by making him a father, because being a father, it can change you. But then they act like it's nerving him. Why? Just because he's not like this god killing, I wouldn't even say brute, because he still had his emotions when he was a god killer, but he was a violent god killer. All of a sudden, because he's more than that, you think he's been nerfed? You think people can only be one thing? I wouldn't say you're stupid, but it's like that wouldn't make for a good story. I mean, the original guy that made Kratos said that he disliked the way Kratos was going because Kratos was apparently with the villagers was only supposed to be like, well, just like how he was before. That wouldn't make for a good story. Frankly, if they had to come out with, let's say they come out with God of War, but he's in Norse mythology. What if it was just him killing everyone in Norse mythology? That wouldn't be interesting. Sure, people could be like, oh yeah, that's the Kratos I know and love. So what? To be fair, if the new God of Wars, didn't have any of the character building, then fine. Maybe now I probably wouldn't have even thought about this. But that's exactly the point, Who cares if Kratos stays the same? It's the same character. Why would you play the game? Just go play the original God of War. Play God of War Ascension. Also, hang on, that's another big thing. These guys online, because they're mostly guys, these guys online act like it's some... Ugh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to play and also have a serious topic and that conversation with like myself it's very difficult. It's because these people they're so weird. I'm sorry to say, but they're so weird about everything, and it's like why? I'm sorry this has been so ranty, but I mean, to be fair, these videos are like, it's well, I think it's a way to get stuff off my chest, cause God, again, the world just stinks right now. You got people that think, games being woke is like ruining the gaming industry, and the games have no more money, and then it's because they need to be gay or else they won't be anything. And it's like, that's not how it is. You've been locked inside of an echo chamber because you're a crybaby. You're a crybaby. You know, you say here, you tell me, you know, games are bad because they're gay. No, it's because people, like, what's a good word? Like, they just can't write anymore. You know, Call of Duty, the new Call of Duties aren't bad because they're gay. They're bad because the people who are making them have gotten lazy. Because they think, you know what, frankly, I, no, sorry. But they've gotten lazy to attempt because they think they could just get away with anything. To be fair, I mean, what's stopping them from changing heels? What's stopping? Well, I mean, because no one would buy the games probably. Get ultra masculine guy. Just people. I mean, you'd have a couple people buy it, but then where are the people that want like the skins and stuff? I'm not saying appeal to those people because you know those games are also lazy, but I think it'd be lazy if it go the other way. Because from what it sounds like, these people don't really want like, stories or compelling characters. They just want to play God of War, beat up Zeus for the 30th time, and then be like, yeah, look at me, I'm ultra masculine. I don't even like using that word. Frankly, I despise the word ultra masculine. I've been using it a lot, but frankly, I feel like it's the best term to describe these guys because they're so like up their own ass. You know, they just we need to take a step back and we need to calm down. We have so many issues nowadays, and people are arguing about Kratos. Kratos, a fictional father, and they're telling me he's a bad character because he has emotion. Like, are we serious right now? When you read Lord of the Flies, did you think it was bad because the boys didn't know what to do? When you read The Greasers, did you think it was bad because because, was it, I think it was like, was it Dallas? You know, at the end of the book, spoilers by the way for a several-year-old book, you know, he's emotional because he wants Johnny to die, and Johnny was practically his brother. It was compelling to see that to read that you know, just wanted to end his life. He went out there and he shot at the cops and he died. But you're gonna tell me it's bad when a character has emotions like that? When a guy has emotions like that? You're limiting yourself to this notion that guys can't have any emotions. That rhymes. And it's sad. It's really sad. You know, I don't think I would be anywhere near the person I am today if I thought I had to be like manly. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm glad I'm emotional. Sometimes it can be a bit much, but that's okay. Because that's how sometimes, you know, sometimes it's just like that. You know, these are the type of guys that tell you, hey, you know, you can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do, because they want to control you. Because it's all just about control. It's like, you know, control your emotions, control how you look, control how you appear. Let's take a step back and realize it's okay to just be. I think of it as being normal. The most normal you can be is just to live your life and to be yourself. gonna check if I'm recording real quick. Cause yeah, I mean, right now I just felt worried. If I didn't express that, you'd probably think I was a machine. It's so many guys have to think that they have to be machines. It's a really bad picture on the rest of us. You know, I really don't like the whole man versus bear thing. But I get why they say they'd rather choose the bear. Still think it's a bit absurdist. But it's just like, and then I feel like if I refute it, then I'm just one of the guys that are like, that are punks, that are pricks, that get so worked up and then tell other guys that they can't get worked up, that they can't have emotions. I despise being generalized. I am my own person. But I get it so much, and that's the worst part. It's the worst part when when guys just continue to feed into that notion of why, you know, women, because they have a reason. Whether it's stories from their friends or stories from things that they've experienced. And I get it. I will never tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I don't want to control it. But this is a bad situation for me. It gets tiring, you know. I shouldn't be dealing with this. I'm in high school. But if anything, I blame it on... Well, I blame it on social norms. You know, that's... Because for a long while, I mean, it's always been social norms. There's always been class division, you know, class problems. And there's always been social norms. Those suck. You know, there's a lot of guys that think, oh, we need to return to the... You know, there's a lot of women too, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that think we need to return to the olden times. Anything. Olden times as in, like... Go like... 19... We'll go a bit back. 1800s. We'll go 1800s. You know, where the woman, where they were all always logical, and then the woman couldn't do anything because the guy, well, because they were practically property. And see, again, there's that thing, there's that weird need to control other people. You know, you can't just have your wife who could possibly cheat on you. No, you need to control her. You need to control her body, and that's so weird. It shows just insecurity. It just, and you know, I'm only thinking of that right now, but yeah, it's all just, you know, some people just have this weird need for control. And it's probably because they, like, you know, they say things that worry them, and then they think, well, this isn't normal, this isn't right. And now I have to tell everyone that. But apart from telling everyone that, I have to get other people on board. And apart from getting other people on board, I have to get them riled up. I have to tell them, hey, look at this thing. This thing isn't right. We have to destroy it. We have to make sure it doesn't reach us ever again, or our children. You know, I've never wanted to control something. That's a fucking lie. That's not what I mean. I'm sorry. That's not what I mean. Let me start this again. Because I felt that too. I need to, that want to be affirmed in what I believe, or the want to be affirmed that the people around me do the same things or won't think badly of me. It's a terrible feeling. But I felt it. It's just... But it's not right. You know? It's not completely wrong. Yeah, because we're people. Feeling is a part of... I probably shouldn't. Feeling is what makes us human. You know, I think, therefore I am. And if you think that's bad, that's just... Well, then you're thinking wrong. You know, I felt that before, though. The want to, like, let's say not see something that's becoming more of a social. Not more of a social norm, but just, you know, the want to not see something because I don't like it. Apart from, you know, like Andy Pants Gaming himself. Like, it's gonna get a bit grim. But, you know, like, essay and stories, you know. Sexual assault. It makes me so queasy. Good lord. And it's everywhere. You know, people talking about their experiences, people saying, "Oh, this happened to me when I was way too young." And that it hits me straight to my core. It never happened to me. Thank God it never happened to me. But still, I feel so much, and I admit, I hate it. I hate feeling so bad for these people that I will never know. But what am I gonna do? Tell them to stop? Are you kidding me? Maybe they should talk about it in a healthier space, you know, with someone who can help them. I shouldn't tell them to stop. If someone is afraid of men, what am I going to do? Tell them to stop? No. You can't just... You can't control people like that. People have, you know, I mean, yeah, people have their rights to do whatever they want. And if it hurts you, you think it's... I mean, I'll say like... No, because if something hurts you, then you are able to tell someone to stop. But you have to discuss it. You can't just put your fingers in your ears and then pretend it never existed. But that's a different thing. That's, you know. Because again, like I said, the topic of sexual assault makes me very queasy, and it makes me miserable. But again, that's different, you know? And when I say that's different, I mean, the want to not see something because it makes you feel bad I don't think that's a bad thing. It's understandable. You know, people don't want to do something that hurts them. They don't want to look at something that hurts them. I force myself to look at it so that when I say look at it, I mean read it. I force myself to read it, you know, interact with it when it's in stories. Frankly, I shouldn't. But I think the difference between that and then people like Andy Pants who just hate gay people and then they don't want to see them in video games and they think guys that have emotions are bad. Where is this coming from? What happened to you that makes you want to do this? Because this isn't just like, I don't like seeing it. This isn't discussing, hey, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this, so I'd rather see less of it. This is, I hate this, and it should be gone, because it's ruining everything. Right? a lot of stories happen to discuss SA. I mean, it happens everywhere. I'm not gonna turn around and be like, no, this is ruining everything. This is ruining my life. Makes me sad. Not ruining my life. It's it's absurd. I'm sorry this has been, whoever's watching this, I'm sorry this has been so heavy. I'm sorry if you didn't want to think about this and then... Thanks, man. But I'm sorry this has been so heavy. But I really need to get this off my chest. Even if I'm screaming into the void. Again, I mean... Well, you know what? I'm just being real human, right? Even screaming into the void helps, you know? Frankly, that's why I wish Andy Pants would do, because again... Because they make echo chambers. Echo chambers as in, like, spaces where everyone thinks the same, and if someone thinks different, then they just, like, attack them. I don't know for a fact they think the opposite. They think they're just expressing, I mean, they are expressing their opinions. But they think the opposite side is putting their fingers in that. I mean, both sides can act like children. Both sides have acted like children. Sides being left and right. People, I'll say in this case, people that are okay with gay representation in media, and people who aren't. Because again, the people who aren't okay with it, they tend to go more than just like... I mean, they always go more than just, hey, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this, I don't see why... I can't even make a reasonable argument for it. Because what's the problem? Because it's overdone? Yeah, man, gay people exist. So do straight people. I can't really say I'm tired of seeing straight people in media. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Sorry. I can't really say I'm sick of seeing straight people in media, because I think that's absurd. I never really agreed with the whole, you know, hating on straight people. Or hating on white people. Because that's just racism. There's no, like, straightism. I think it's still weird to just hate on people because they are what has been the default sexuality for years now. But then they see, like, something different. And then all of a sudden they have, like, issues. Issues that go beyond just... well, anything. You think it's overrepresented? Dude, it hasn't existed until... I mean, well, it existed. But people haven't been able to talk about it without being shut down until recently. And you think that's bad? I think it's bad that there's gay guy number 3. There's straight guy number 4, like right next to him. Straight guy number 4 making fun of him because he's gay. But I guess there's overrepresentation because, well, apparently the only thing everything they watch is new, and then it's like, see, that's another thing with me. They complain that there's like gay people in media everywhere. It's like, do you consume every new piece of content? You know, you don't want to see gay people in content anymore. Just go to something. It's that easy. You have the power to curate whatever you see. You don't want to see gay people anymore? Stop interacting with them. Stop interacting with the games. Stop playing the games because you clearly don't like them. Just stop interacting with them. They can't help themselves because they're weasels. I'm sorry to say this, but you know, they're pigs. That's what I call you know, people that bought like the Nintendo Switch 2, I call them pigs. Okay, they're apps because, you know, like pay piggies. Sorry, like piggy banks. people who buy everything for like a game are whales. But I feel like piggies is a lot more derogatory. I guess whales is also kind of bad, but you know. Maybe I just didn't know. Chicken down. Chicken. You know, those guys are kind of pigs. I might just have to sit them down another. Oh, you're gonna stay right there. Guess I got another dog. I feel like I don't have anything else to say on. I mean, of course I do, but it's so tiring. Because to me, I know everyone has their own opinions. But for me, it feels exhausting, because it's like... Whatchamacallit? Sorry, excuse me. I guess to me, it just feels different. Yeah, of course it does. To me, it doesn't make sense. You know, like, why do you hate gay people? Oh, because they're everywhere. Okay. I really don't think that's a reason. Why do you hate gay people? They're overrepresented. I don't... I guess maybe I'm just not satisfied. But just hating someone or thinking someone shouldn't be in media or belong somewhere just because of who they are. It's very... It's like you're a caveman. You're a caveman fighting for like a mammoth, and you're like, well, you guys were hunting that one, but we killed this one, and you're trying to kill this one. Yeah, it's caveman logic. And then they act like other people do that. No, other people do that because you hate them. For reasons that are absurd, immature, and you know what? I'm gonna just say it. Bullshit. You really cannot convince me that you hate someone because they exist. You can't convince me that's a good argument. You can convince me that you do it because I know people do it. People have been doing it since, you know, since the Stone Age. People exist. There has always been someone that hated someone else because they were different. I mean, frankly, that's just the way of things. That's always gonna happen. But it's not right. It's not something we should do now. And you know, frankly, people do it on both sides. I know not every right-leaning conservative person hates gay people. Just like how every left-leaning person, gay person, I don't know, doesn't hate everyone on the right. But they make it so difficult. They make it so difficult. You want me to treat you with this kindness and respect, and then you yell at me, you scream at me, you tell me I shouldn't exist. You tell me I shouldn't exist in media. You tell me I'm overrepresented, and it's like, screw you. You know, I don't have to treat you with any modicum of respect. I don't even have to look at you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to do anything for you. All of a sudden, because I think people should have like their fucking rights. All of a sudden, no, I have to think this way. Why? Why do I have to treat you nice? Because I think people should like be allowed to exist on their own? No. You know that whole thing where it's like, oh, like treat your enemies with kindness or something? No. My enemy wants me gone. You think I'm gonna treat him with kindness? You can take a hike, you can leave, you can go away, and I don't care. They don't treat us with kindness. They don't want to see us existing. And it's so like, and you know what? It sucks. What sucks more is whenever someone that is gay either goes to their side or does the same thing as them. Hates the other side without. See, the thing is, it's hard to not hate the other side, bro. I, frankly, I don't give people benefit of the doubt that much. Sometimes I do, but it's so difficult because everyone sucks. Everyone is just rude and negative and a bitch. So I'm confused. I'm confused, I'm scared, I'm worried, I'm human, and I'm sitting here and I have to deal with people who would crush me under their boots. Or at the very least tell me that I am wrong or that I shouldn't exist or that I'm confused about who I am. I'm confused about who I am, but there are some things I'm certain of that will never change. Thankfully, I haven't. Thank goodness I haven't experienced much of that. But I fear the day when it will happen. I fear the day when they'll come for me next. Because they will. They will. Just you wait and see. I don't think anyone is safe. Children, women. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you even agree with them. You wanna know why I say this? Because this has happened before. I'm not, just as an example, the Nazis, right? If I remember, there was this like poem or story from a guy who was basically saying, they came for my neighbors, I said nothing. They came for I think he said like the Jews, I said nothing. And then they came for me. That's what'll happen. They'll come with all of us. They'll come for all of us. And I really can't say it will be confused. It's disturbing knowing history and then watching it practically both unfold and repeat in front of your eyes. The first thing that they targeted were trans people. Just saying. They also targeted immigrants and then basically anyone that weren't them. And just you wait and see. have to admit though, I do feel kind of better after getting that all off my chest. Scary thing to get off my chest, you know, saying, well, I truly believe it. I truly believe eventually they'll come for all of us. In some way, shape, or form. You know a trend I've noticed? Shit! It doesn't make a fucking noise until he drops right on my fucking ass. It's the fucking Republicans, dude. They planted that creeper in there. Well, what I was gonna say is that I've noticed a trend that usually when we have a Republican president, country kind of, at least recently, they've been controversial. Yeah, they've been controversial, and then I mean that's about it. They've been controversial, and the country kind of goes to shit for a bit. Not saying that there's always a Democrat savior. It might take a long while before we even get anything done right. But, you know, I mean, just take a look at Ronald Reagan and his Reaganomics. And for some reason, his belief that the economy, like, in trickle-down economics, trickle-down economics sounds bad on paper. And you're telling me this is what one of our presidents thought was a good idea? Bush, well, I won't get into any conspiracy theories about him. He, I mean, come on. Who would have thought? Whoever thought the fucking Afghanistan war was a good idea? 20-year war. I couldn't have gotten drafted into the Afghanistan war, but no matter what, if there was a war someone went to, if it was anyone I knew, they would have gone to the Afghan war. It's not good. And you know, at the end of the day, everything just kind of got worse for the Afghani. Again, don't want to suggest anything. I won't. But still, it's a stupid, pointless war. That's what I would suggest. Just like the Vietnam War. Stupid and pointless. And that one was genuinely construed by Nixon. That's right. This isn't even a conspiracy theory. Because I think it was Nixon. Because he basically was like, hey, when I'm in office, I'll offer you guys a better deal than what... Who was the president at the time? I forgot. But basically, you know, it was elongated, and then, you know, now we have a bunch of poor fucking Vietnam vets in a war that was utterly useless. They could have ended it in peace a long while. Well, they didn't. Pretty sure. Well, I think it's like I don't know if it's a dictatorship or if they still have communism. I think they have socialism going on. Speaking of socialism and communism, not the same thing. Just, you know, a little reminder. Communism is where we share everything, and socialism tends to have more liberties. Because mixed economies are called mixed economies. So it's funny to me that people for so long believed they were the exact same thing. I mean, of course they believe that though. I only say that because the American government basically told people, hey, these are the same things, and they're actually really bad. Now, of course, um, really weren't. But I think they only told them these things. Basically, you know, the Red Scare. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Red Scare. That was McCarthy's whole thing. Basically made people afraid that their neighbors were just communists. Which is also really dumb. I don't know what he was, but I don't think he was a liberal. Just wasn't that up there. I think I'm gonna finish this path, and I think we'll be good. I mean, you know, we built a smokehouse. Oh, you know, I still need to cook food. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I've been caught up in all this heated political debate with myself and strawmans. Partial strawmans. What do I feel like eating right now? You have any money? I think. Oh no, I don't have any tomatoes though. Yeah. Okay, what do I. Damn it. Need rich soil. Flash. I can finish the path another day. There it is. Wait, no, I need straw too, don't I? I could just chop that up. I left it in my house. So I'm thinking I grow some tomatoes. You know, I feel like making spaghetti today. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that guy in there. Ferns, I get. No, I don't get anything from ferns. I'm trying to get the straw from ferns, but I'm just trying to get it, but I don't like get anything this time. Because there's oh wait. Yeah, I forgot I could just grow some grass. This is pretty good. Okay. But yeah, so a hole in my roof. I forgot about that. Well, I mean, I at least patched it mostly up, so. Let's take a cave carrot. What can I make with a cave carrot? I can make a veggie, a vegan wrap, steak and potatoes. I'll make tortilla, corn dough, make more cups. A potato, oat dough, single carrot. Man, I really need to start growing ghost pepper. Okay, why don't we do that real quick then? I haven't been growing any food because I thought I would find a place for it eventually, but I should probably just start doing it now. Anybody have the oak fences? Okay. Maybe not. Right there's a pretty good place though. 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way, water spreads out 4 blocks, so you know, should make your farms that big. Might be maybe a bit small though. I think eventually I'll decorate it. Yeah, actually, yeah, this does give me an idea. I'm gonna move it one back, like that. Oh wait, hang on. Oh man, it's way better. Here, go for that way. I'm gonna surround it with like a spruce trim at some point. Not a spruce. I feel like getting dark oak at some point. I feel kind of bad that I talked about politics so much. She's like, what am I gonna name this episode now? Political, the political farming. That's not a bad idea. I have rice, man. Oh, and I do have straw. Okay. Let's see, and I just need like some bone meal. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like 4 in time for the meantime. So put half of this away. I'm gonna grow 2 brown mushrooms worth of stuff. Put it over here. There we go. It turns into rich soil after leaving it out in the sun, leaving it next to water, and then putting mushrooms on it. That all sweets it up. Got our tomato seeds. Let's see. Got wheat seed. I thought I had a potato. Let me check. A carrot. I do have potato. Maybe another day I'll do oats. I mean, watermelon. Oh, I don't think I can't grow these, can I? Because these are raw oats. Ah, damn it. Okay, I think I'll just teleport to the village right now. Shouldn't have turned all my oats into the raw berry. Got that, and I got the rest of this bone meal. Put some more torches around, that's for sure. I like my little smokehouse actually, it looks quite nice. Smokehouse, you know, for smoking meats. Get some more potatoes. You know, actually, I'm glad I didn't teleport to the village right now. Forgot that I have a bounty on my head. Okay, let's see what. Oh no, I have the meats over there. Yeah. I'll sort out this chest eventually. Not right now though. Let's see, what will our first dish be? Well, steak and potatoes. Beef stew. Are there steak and potatoes? Maybe I need to cut it. My stuffed potato or beef burrito. The burger. Meat pizza. I don't have any cheese though. I don't have any onions. Barbecue or like steak? I don't have any onions. I think I can make pasta with mutton chop. Yeah. I need meat. think I already made. I need onion. Rice bomb. Jelly donut, as some people know it. Salted salmon. And one thing of salt, but you know, I don't see why not. I do have my knife on me, right? Just have it like somewhere. You could cut it. Oh, my knife's right here. Okay. There we go. Put that in there. Put these away right now. Oh, I do have oats. How do I get oats? How do these things exist in the world? When they have no wheat, but it is bristle real quick. I think I'll go back through my videos and see which ones I've made so far. Which ones? There we go. Oh, my helmet broke. Get some more of this too. Okay. It's not my dog, is it? Nah. He's still stuck in another. Just like that one song. You know, if there's anyone watching this, let me watch your name up. What do I do? I think I make it. Look at the thing. Yeah, let's do that real quick. And this won't count, by the way. This is just get what I actually want. These raw mutton chops, but I think I can make regular spaghetti meatballs. Let's see. But no. Okay, I think it's oh, yeah. There we go. We got our 4 pasta. Make some tomato sauce. Okay, yeah, pasta with meatballs. Oh. You know, I got enough for one, I'm pretty sure. And right now, I will search up the history of pasta and meatballs. Stick with my pen, There we go. Let's see. There's a lot of variants of pasta with meatballs. It's spaghetti and meatballs, usually. I think they just called it pasta so that people can imagine whatever pasta they want with these. Apparently pasta with meatballs is not a traditional dish from Italy, but it is a Italian-American creation. Let's see. Driven by greater food affordability in the United States, immigrants combine tomato sauces and pasta with larger, more meat-filled meatballs. The dish emerged in New York, became a symbol. Sorry, this is the AI part. I only wanted to read about where it came from. So yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Not a traditional dish. Let's see, what else do we have? Salted fish. What a treat. Salted fish. Um, history. You might just want to look at the history of salting fish. Let's see. Yeah, it spans millennia. I'm guessing as soon as they discovered salt, they just stuck salmon in it, or fish. And then, maybe they eat it. It was to preserve it. It was mostly to preserve it. It's just that you can eat it. Let's see, one more dish to end this off. Let's see. No, I can't do a mixed salad. I can't do a cucumber salad. I need more ingredients. Oh, I could have done. No, I need onion. Onion, so much onion. I can make a bacon sandwich if I find a pig. Yeah, I'll see why not. Let me just sleep the night off. Bacon sandwich would be an interesting one. I guess it's more recent. Sandwiches are been invented for a long while actually. Because they would eat in like 1800s. They would eat the meat, the cheese, the bread. They would eat all of that separately. But a high-class guy had decided that he didn't want to eat it like that anymore. He just wanted like a quick, compact form. So he asked the servants to stick, like I think while he was playing the game, he asked the servants to stick it between the two pieces of bread. And then it just got popular. God, of course there's a creeper. Better not blow up my front doorstep. Oh my god. Okay. A brief history on the bacon sandwich. Okay. Do I need to cook it? I need it. Yeah, of course I need to cook it. Yeah, because you craft it. Yeah, okay. By the way, that's what the pickup mod. Pretty good mod. Basically let you pick up any like entity that you want. I mean, I think eventually I'll like refine this mod pack and maybe I could put it online if enough people are interested. So far no one is, but hey, you never know. There we go. What do I need now? I need bread, tomato, cabbage. Do I still have wheat? I'm just gonna use the rest of my bones. Could have made bone broth, but I want the bacon sandwich more. This wheat. Oh. But I had a bit more left. Never mind. There we go. See if I remember. Get a better way to make wheat if I get water. Not wheat, bread. Because it turns it into wheat dough, which then you cook up to make the bread. Then you put in like a smoker. Yeah, okay. No time to put the smokehouse to work. Do I have any coal? First off, let me at least put away this wheat. Oh, I did have wheat right there. Whatever. Get the coal. So by the way, anyone watching this, I'm gonna upload 2 other videos today. They're pre-recorded, so that's why. Yeah, cause I had to upload them a long while. But it's me playing with a friend. So that'll be fun. We have hijinks. Not on this mod pack, it didn't work. You know, on a different mod pack. It's also kind of about cooking, but you say. Anyways, the bacon sandwich, we got it. Everyone is obsessed with bacon for like on the internet. Weird times. Let's see. History of the bacon sandwich. So we got bacon sandwich, salted salmon, and possible meatballs. So we already talked about the salted salmon. All we've got is this is difficult. There we go, good enough. I got it. Okay. Anyways, the bacon sandwich has origins in 19th century British street food and American breakfast. The Wikipedia says that they are anecdotally recommended as a hangover cure. So I guess let it be known, the BLT, you should be good. Anyways, that was it. Hope you enjoyed watching. I especially hope that it wasn't meh.